Okay, so we will start with a discussion on the benefits and limitation of the credit rating. Okay, first benefit is we have already understood it safeguards against the bankruptcy of corporate, because by reading the rating, an investor will come to know whether it is an safe instrument or it is a risky instrument. Okay, because if an instrument is given triple A rating, means it will give the investor an assurance, that is the satisfaction that the investors of the safety of the instruments. Okay, suppose if an instrument is rated D, as an investor will not invest in such instruments, because there is a high chance that the amount will not be repaid because of the bankruptcy risk of the corporates issuing that instruments. Then we have seen recognition of risk. By knowing the rating, you can easily come to know the risk associated with that instrument. Okay, triple A means least risky, B means okay, risky, like that. By reading the symbol only, you will come to know about the risk associated with that investments. So it will help in easily recognizing the risks associated with that instruments, debt instruments. Then another advantage of credit rating is that credibility of the issuer. Okay, credibility means what is the, you can say, reliability of that issuer, credibility, whether the issuer is good or not. Okay, so by reading the rating, you can get a clue on the credibility of that issuer. Okay, whether it is a reliable or not, that credibility, that standing, you can come to know by reading the ratings given by the credit rating agency. Now, what is the important thing? Credit rating agency is an independent of the issuer company. Okay, credit rating agencies are the third parties. They are not related to the company. Like in auditing, you would have seen that auditor is an independent person. Okay, that's why audit report carries very high value, because they are independent person. They are not related to company. So similarly, credit rating agencies are also independent persons. They are not related to the company. They are third party or external entity. Okay, so what would happen if they are related to the company? Nobody will have a belief, no, that the rating is given correct or not. So since they are independent parties, like the auditors are independent, that's why everybody rely on audit report, no. Similarly, credit rating agencies are also independent parties. That's why there will be reliability on the report given by the credit rating agencies. Okay, and they will have no business connection or any relationship with the board of directors, etc. Okay, absence of business links establishes grounds for trust and attract the investors. So whatever report is given, no, it should be independent report. So the person who is giving the report should be an independent person. In auditor, we have an independence concept. So in credit rating also there is an independence concept. So any person who is giving the report should not have any relationship with the company for which he is giving the rating. Okay, if there is any relationship between the company or board of directors of the company, then that rating will not be reliable. Okay, that will be the perception of the public. So since credit rating agencies are independent, we can have the reliability of the rating given by that person. This is another advantage of the credit ratings. Then another benefit is savings of resources. Why savings of resources for investors? Because investors rely upon credit rating. Okay, obviously investors rely upon credit rating. This relieves investors from botheration of knowing about the fundamentals of a company. So as an investor, you can rely on the credit rating. No need of taking any worries about knowing about the much details about the company. Okay, fundamentals, what is the actual strength, financial position, management details, etc. So as an investor, if credit rating is available, no need of worrying about these things. What is the basics of the company, fundamentals of the company, who are the promoters, what is the actual strength of the company, what is the financial position of the company, who are the board of directors, key management persons of the company, etc. No need of worry, because credit rating is done by the professional experts of credit rating agencies. Okay, so reposes confidence in him to rely upon the rating for taking investment decision. So two things you have to understand: credit rating is done by an expert professionals, and second thing is that credit rating agencies are independent persons. So both these things will add to the reliability of the ratings. Similarly, auditing is done by expert persons and they are independent. That's why we value audit report. Similarly, credit rating is also done by independent persons and they are also professional experts who are having detailed knowledge, high level knowledge. So this will also add confidence in the investors to take decisions merely based on reading the credit rating. Now, another advantage or benefit of credit rating is that independence of investment decisions. Normally, what will happen as an individual investors, we will have to take advice from various persons before making any investments. That is financial intermediaries, brokers, merchant bankers, agents, etc. Okay. Normally, an individual investor cannot make the investment decision by himself. Okay. He will have to take advice from various persons, like agents are there, okay, stock brokers, etc. About what advice normally investors will take, individual investors, about the good investment proposal, that where I should invest my funds or money. So normally, but if an instrument is rated by the credit rating agencies, then no need of depending upon advice. Okay, you can yourself take the decision whether to invest or not. Suppose any debenture is given AAA rating, no need of going and asking to the experts whether to invest. They will also tell you invest only because it is a AAA rating that you yourself can understand by reading the rating. So rating will also help in taking investment decisions independently rather than depending upon experts, okay, agents, brokers, etc. You can take an individual decision whether to invest or not. Okay, because by reading the rating only, you will come to know about the credit worthiness of the company and the degree of risk. So no need of practically taking any advice from the outside experts if rating is available for a debt instruments. Okay, easy understandability of the investment proposal rating symbol can be understood by the investors. No need of any analytical awareness on his part because everything is clear. Based on the rating, you can easily understand whether it is good or a bad instrument. So it is easy to understand also ratings. So these are some of the advantages of the credit ratings. Now, if advantages are there, there will be some disadvantages also. Okay, we know that benefits and disadvantages will go hand in hand. So we cannot say that only there will be advantages of one thing, there is no disadvantages, etc. There will be always two views or opinions, that if there is advantages, there will be disadvantage also. So what are the disadvantages of credit rating? One important thing is the biasness in rating and misrepresentations. Okay, in absence of quality rating, credit rating is a curse for capital market industry. Carrying out detailed analysis of the company should have no links with the company or the persons interested in the company, so that the reports impartial and judicious recommendations for rating committee. Okay, companies having lower grade rating do not advertise or use the rating while raising funds from the public. In such cases, investor cannot get the information about the riskiness of the instruments and he sees at loss. So in this paragraph, two things are there. One is the biasness in rating, and another thing is the misrepresentation. Okay, so in this paragraph, two things are there. One is the biasness in the rating, and another thing is the misrepresentation. What is biasness? So in this paragraph, it is said that if the person who is doing rating is having some connection with any persons in the company, links with the company or persons interested in the company. So in that case, it is not possible to give impartial report, okay, or impartial rating, okay, because if any person is a related person in the company of the person who is doing rating, so it is not possible. No, so how can he give D ratings, etc., to such companies? Okay, because he is having a good relation with that person, for example, it will not be possible. So there can be some, this can be a case of biasness. Okay. Then another thing discusses about misrepresentation. So sometimes what happens, companies who are given low grade will not disclose the grade only to the public. Okay. So if grade is not disclosed, public will not come to know about the riskiness of the instrument. Okay. Then they will be at more risk of loss. So if company is given any D grade rate, a D grade rating, then they will not give the ratings only in the advertisement. Okay, that can also be a possibility. Okay, and another possibility will be the biasness of the rating, which may not happen because there will be some regulations, etc. Like in audit, we are having a strict regulation that if you are having any conflict of interest with the company, you should not accept that assignment. Okay. If there is any related party in the company, auditor should not accept the assignment. Okay. So there are strict regulations for avoiding the conflict of interest. That can be a possibility, but it may not be a possibility. Okay. And misrepresentation can take place because company who is given a low rating may not advertise only that rating. That can be a possibility. As far as the conflict of interest is concerned, independence is concerned, it will be taken care by the regulatory authorities. Okay. Now, another disadvantage can be stagnant study, because we know that rating is done on the present and the past historic data of the company. And this is a static study. Okay. Now, since rating is given considering the present and the past historic data, it is only an estimation. Okay, it is only an estimation of the company's health, because nobody can tell what will happen in the future situation. So that's why we can call it as a stagnant study. This can be a disadvantage, because rating is done based on the present and the past data. Okay, so through present and past data, historic data, we can estimate about the future health of the company, but we cannot say that this will be the correct situation or not. Okay, because anything can happen after the assignment. No, after giving rating, if some changes takes place in the political situation or environment situation or any other factor, economic conditions of the country, etc., then that can be a disadvantage. If some very extreme situations takes place, then the data rating given may not be relevant. Otherwise, in normal situation, you can rely on the credit rating. Okay. If some exceptional situations happen, then it cannot be relied upon, because it is based on the present and the past data. Based on that, estimation of the future health of the company is done. See, just now we have discussed this only because many changes can take place, like economic, political, government policy, okay, which will affect the working of the company. So this cannot be predicted, no. So if some extreme changes takes place, it will defeat the purpose of rating. Otherwise, in normal situation, credit rating can be relied upon. Now, one important thing which will affect the credit rating is disguise of material information, because companies may sometimes not give proper information to the credit rating company. This can be a problem. Okay, so this can be a problem in auditing also. You might have studied, that is non-disclosure of information. Okay, so that can be a hindrance in getting the proper report. So if companies are hiding some material information, then it will be difficult for getting the proper rating. So because credit rating will be done on the whatever information is given to the credit rating agency. So if company is hiding some material information, suppose some very big legal cases going on the company, and that information is not disclosed to the rating agency, they will not come to know about it, and based on that they will give the rating. So in such cases, what will happen? Quality of the ratings will suffer, and it will render the rating untrustworthy. Okay, so these are all the possibilities which can take place. And another important is the human bias. Okay, anyway, person who are giving the rating are also human beings only. No? So there will be some personal weakness, etc., which might affect the rating. Okay. This is based on the human behavior or human psychology. Now, another important thing and very interesting thing is that variation in the rating of the two agencies. Variation in rating of the two agencies. Suppose in India, we have seen there are seven registered credit rating agencies. So what may happen? One company may give double A, other company may would have given A plus. Okay, because one company may have used different parameters for study. Other companies may have used some other parameters. Understood? So because of that, difference may arise between the rating given by two agencies. Okay, why difference occur? Because they may use some other parameters, other company may have used some other parameters because of value judgment on qualitative aspects. Okay, because some areas are there where you can take your own opinion. So one company would have taken judgment in a one way, and another company would have taken a judgment on another way. So because of that, variations can arise between different credit rating agencies. So this is the advantages and disadvantages, benefits and disadvantages of a credit rating agency. So today we are stopping here. Further, we will continue in the next class. Thank you, everybody.